back to chemistry, where I am creating an acrylic powder line for beginner nail techs, but today we are only talking free nail school. So I have my Salon Fundamentals Nail book from my nail school. You will find the syllabus, the textbook, and the study guide for the week in my link tree. The syllabus will always remain there. So we're gonna start from the beginning of the textbook all the way to the end. So let's just jump right into it. Chapter 1.1 for us is going to be health, mind, and body. Now, why is this important? It may be boring to some. I know we're not gonna start straight into nail enhancements. That's not how nail school goes. You do theory first and then you do application. So health, mind, and body. You wanna make sure that before you become a nail tech, before you step foot into this industry, that you have you together. You wanna make sure that you have healthy practices in place to protect you in the long run, sort of kind of spare you from burnout. First, we're going to talk about personal development. It involves changing your habits and making decisions about how to attain and maintain a steady sense of well-being for yourself. Mentally, physically, emotionally, you have to be prepared for the clients that you are going to deal with. Every client is not going to be easy peasy. You are going to have clients that will test you. You are going to have clients that are rude. You are going to have clients who will push your boundaries. And if you don't have boundaries, you might want to get some of those in place because they are going to walk all over you. And so that is why you have to have your health, your mind, and your body right, okay? So the first thing we're gonna talk about is rest and relaxation. Now, this is extremely important because if you don't have enough rest, then you won't be able to perform well. If you're sleepy, if you're tired, if you're bogged down, your work is not gonna be where you need it to be. So having the proper rest is extremely important. Not only does it help just your body's overall health, it helps you perform better. It prevents you from having headaches, low energy, and it also boosts your body's immune system to help fight off diseases and things of that nature. So it's perfectly normal if you need to, especially as a beginner, because I know that we get so caught up in just practicing for hours on end. It's okay to just take a break sometimes and to just step away, whether it be to read a book, go exercise, take a walk, anything of that nature. Rest and relaxation is so important. So make sure that you're getting a proper sleep at night and taking the proper and necessary breaks when you need to from practicing or taking clients. Next up is exercise. So exercise is important. Although you spend majority of your time sitting down taking clients, exercise is just important for your overall health. So let's talk about this. So this morning, as I was going over everything, and I'm a big girl and I'm not active as much as I should be. So this morning I got up, I was like, you know, it's been a long time since I went to the gym. Let me go to the gym. So I got up, got my body moving, went to the gym. Almost died, let's just put that out there. But it's the fact that I actually did it, okay? It is very important that you do keep your body moving or not taking clients, and make sure that you are being active, that you do get that exercise in when you can. Whatever you choose to do works. You want to just walk, if you want to go jogging, if yoga is your thing, Pilates seems to be the trendy thing right now. Get your body moving and get your blood circulating, then do it. Next up, hygiene. So hygiene is extremely important for a number of reasons, okay? Number one, personally, you should just want to have good hygiene just because who wants to go around stinking, okay? Proper hygiene is not just body odor. Proper hygiene is how you present yourself to the world. Is your hair kept? Are your clothes neat? Are your clothes wrinkled? Are your clothes clean? It's how do you look overall? It's your overall appearance is a part of your personal hygiene. And if you have a new client that is booked, the first thing they do is lay eyes on you. So the first thing they do is see you. Your hair is all over your head, toothpaste stains on your shirt, you're wrinkled because you let your clothes sit in the dryer for days on end, got stains everywhere, shoelaces untied. You just look unkept and you look like you are not the person that I want to do my nails, okay? Because it looks sloppy and it's like, and so if this is how you present yourself, I don't really know how my nails are gonna turn out. So personal hygiene is going to be defined as your individual system for maintaining your cleanliness and health. Cleanliness is the single most important aspect of personal hygiene, period. If you don't look clean, then how do I know that you clean your tools? How do I know that you clean your station at night? How do I know that you are just a clean nail tech, especially if you're home-based, okay? Make sure that you are doing everything that you can do to be clean, okay? Your person and your personal space. You wanna make sure that that you give your clients a good first impression, okay? Me personally, okay, this is just me. If I am taking a client and it's a first time client, I would not be taking that client in pajamas and a bonnet on, and I'm home based. Like, it's just not happening. Like, I'm gonna put a little extra time into how I get up and get ready for the day, okay? Like, you want your business to be reputable. And I don't wanna look like I just rolled out of bed, but I'm like, oh yeah, I'm starting a business and it's professional and it's this. And I show up to work looking like I literally rolled out of bed and brushed my teeth 2 seconds ago. That's, the math don't math there. So we always see hairstylists who never have their hair done. We always see nail techs who always have jacked up nails, and that's most of the time because we're practicing on ourselves, right? So having your nails done when you go out into the world, that's also promotion. I love your nails. Who did them? Oh, I did. And I would be shy though. My friends would be like, oh yeah, she did them. So make sure your nails done. Keep them done if you can, especially when you have clients. It just shows better. Now let's talk jewelry. Jewelry is so important. Make sure you remove your jewelry before you start to service a client, okay? Bangles, if you are the type to wear like those Pandora charms and like they are just really noisy and clanky, that is not the type of jewelry that you should wear when you are with your client. Think from an aspect of, most people are moms. Most people just need to get away to relax. It's their me time, okay? And you want to make that environment for them as relaxing as possible. And especially when we're sitting and we're filing and you constantly hearing the charms just knock and clink and clang, like, for me, it drives me crazy. Wear as minimal jewelry as you possibly can, okay? It says be aware that large flashy pieces of jewelry can detract from your personal image. So it's best to keep necklaces, earrings, and watches very plain and very simple, okay? Avoid bracelets and rings. They may be cumbersome when gloves are required or as you perform services. I want to read this little note here. It says dress well first, make money second. Some people think they can't dress well until they make enough money. What they don't understand is that to make more money, they need to dress like those who do. Facts, okay? And another, first impressions count. These impressions are made based on your clothes, your jewelry, your makeup, your speech, your posture, your voice, and any other apparent feature. Present an image that generates a positive impression. Always dress and act like the professional that you are. So let's just jump right into it. So communication is key, right? So to effectively communicate, we need to understand what communication is, it all entails. So communication is literally just the exchange of a thought. So it's what I think, what you think, and then we verbally or non-verbally speak those cues, and that's how we communicate. Now, we are accustomed to modern technology, so now things like email, text, instant messaging, DMs, all that stuff has made it much easier for us to communicate. So we don't necessarily have to be face to face or talk to each other person to person. We have technology that can navigate those channels for us. Although we do have modern technology to help us communicate better or quicker, unfortunately, being a nail technician is one where it does not apply, baby. Face-to-face contact, and we even have to touch our clients. So communication is very important because you can't escape communicating. Under the umbrella of communication, there are 2 types of communication. We have verbal communication and then we have nonverbal communication. So we're going to start with nonverbal. So nonverbal communication is essentially just your body language. It is the look on your face. So if you have resting face, or it's the stares, it's the glares, does your eyebrow go up, it's whether you're smiling or not, it's your posture, it's are your arms folded, it's just your body language. Like, how does your body speak while the other person is communicating? So it gives cues. So if someone says something that you don't like and your eyebrow goes up, or your whole face changes, or if someone says something that you approve of, which a smile is a universal sign of approval, those are nonverbal cues of communication, okay? It's your appearance, your posture, your poise, your touch, your facial expression, your eye contact, your gestures. And that's very true, because sometimes you can say things, but I'm looking at your demeanor. Like, what's your demeanor like? So if I say hello and you just like, hey, eye roll in and out, like, not too much. But that's what nonverbal communication is. It's just a subtle way to communicate without actually using your words, okay? All right, so now we discussed nonverbal communication. Let's talk about verbal communication. Verbal communication is so important because it's literally just the words that you speak. It's what comes out of your mouth. I like to say all the time is that as an adult, please use your words. Nonverbal communication does not always work. And when you're doing business, I need you to verbally speak what it is that you're trying to express. Like, use your words. You have to use your words, okay? Verbal communication is very important. Not what you say, is how you say it. So saying, hey, versus hey. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And it can be taken the wrong way, and it can be interpreted the wrong way. And you want to make sure that when you're taking your clients, that your demeanor is a pleasant demeanor, that you have pleasant verbal communication, and that you're not coming off rude or like the B word or anything like that, because you want your clients to rebook. You want to keep your clientele, you want to grow your clientele, but having a good, dependable client that you know is going to come back like that, that's guaranteed money in your pocket, okay? And it builds that relationship and that rapport over time. Let's talk listening. We have active listening and we have reflective listening. Now, let's preface this by saying not everyone is a good listener. I see it every day. Listening is extremely important, okay? For you as the nail tech, and even on the client side, like listening and reading, but we're not talking about reading right now, is so important. So, what is active listening? Active listening are the cues that you give as you're listening. So it's like a non-verbal, you're just listening. That's it. But your body is giving cues to let them know that you are listening. So active listening would be sit in an attentive posture, they nod in acknowledgement, they make good eye contact, they convey a positive, encouraging attitude, and they give feedback. So that is a good listener, okay? Like I said, active listening is literally just nonverbal cues that you are listening. So what is reflective listening? Reflective listening is when you are listening to report what you heard, meaning that if a client says, I want short, French tip, white nails, and you say, okay, so you want short, French tip, white nails. It's clarifying what you heard. Listening to what you said, I reflect on it, repeat it back to you to clarify that the information is correct. Okay? And then from there, that's how you build conversation and you continue to communicate and build upon what was initially said. So next up, we have purposeful relationships. This goes back to effectively communicating with your clients, because you want to build that rapport with your clients, as I said earlier, so they can continue to rebook with you. You want long-term clients. You want longevity with your clients. This can be done through good service and through good communication. So in building these relationships, what help you to do that are your personal attributes and characteristics, which make up like who you are as an individual. So those things play a part in you building a relationship with your client. One of the main things being your personality. So your personality is a complex set of characteristics that distinguishes individuals from others. So it's my personal traits and your personal traits that distinguish us from each other, okay? We're not the same. So where someone may be more bubbly, I'm a little bit more laid back, chill, like I observe the scene. That's what I do. Like everybody is different. So that's what's unique to you. Your personality is definitely going to come in play when you're trying to build relationships and rapport with your clientele, okay? Attitude. Okay, let's talk attitude. So attitude is a feeling or emotion towards someone or something. It is a killer. Attitude will stop your bag. Yeah, I'm not coming back. If I go to get my nails done and you got an attitude the whole time, I ain't did nothing to you and I'm spending my money with you, I'm not coming back. Your clientele will be like you. You're rude, you always have an attitude, you're crass, you don't care what you say or how you say it. I guarantee your clientele will be the same way. So let's talk habits. Habits are learned behaviors that are reinforced through events in your environment, okay? So this could be like nail biting. Some people tap their feet. It's like a nervous thing. Some people tap their hands. They may fiddle with their fingers, twirl their hair. Everybody's habits are completely different. But once you have your attitudes and habits, when they're ingrained in you, it can be hard to change, okay? It can be hard to step away from. So working on those things, whatever they are that are negative, working on those things will definitely help you in your nail career so that it will not hinder you, okay? We want to go here. We're trying to go up. We're trying to get the bag. We're trying to go up, okay? We don't want nothing that's going to hold us back. So effective communication can only make you better. If you use and work the tool correctly, it will only make you better. poor communication. If you don't know how to communicate, you don't respond to your clients on time, you don't respond to DMs when they're asking you questions, if they just have questions about your booking or anything like that, like just taking your time with it, it gives off poor presentation for you, honestly, and your business. And you're trying to build a reputable business, like we said in the last video. So that's all I have for chapter 1. All materials have been scanned and they are in my link tree. You will also find the scanned textbook for 1.1, and you will also find the study guide for chapter 1.1. Okay, you will notice that on the study guide, baby, we don't have a blank textbook or blank study guide, so I had to go in with whiteout, copy, scan. You will see some things still have my handwriting because I was just like, it's too much to take out, I'm not doing all that. So some answers will still be in there, but everything else is whited out just in case you want to print it out and maybe write the answers in for yourself just from the textbook. Okay, if you have any questions, please let's chat in the comments per usual, and you guys have a good night. Bye.